Okay, so people were asking about The Crew because I mentioned that it is potentially my favorite card game of 2020. The reason why is it is a cooperative trick-taking game. So everybody really likes cooperative here. Working together, having a shared goal, fantastic. Trick-taking is something that is very special to me because it was one of the first memories I have playing card games with my grandparents. Trick taking games like Hearts or Bridge, those kind of things, that is what I learned to, share moments and make memories with my family. Um, so it's one of those fun situations where this is probably going to be an absolutely new style of game to you, but to the older generation that knows how to play a trick-taking game like Hearts or Bridge, this is going to seem super easy. So let's start with a quick explanation of trick-taking. In a trick-taking game, we are going to play cards. Now, normally it's cards of a suit. In this game, in The Crew, it's cards of a color. So pink or purple, fuchsia, whatever we want to call that, 5. I hope you can see that. I've played that card. Now the next player has to play something in that suit or that color. So they play a pink 2. Great. Sometimes you may not have a card of that color, so you can play offsuit. You're just not going to win the trick, and we'll explain winning the trick in just a moment. So this player, plays a blue 5. And then it goes to the last player, pink 9. So now we have the pink is the suit. 3 players have followed that. And whoever has the highest value wins the trick. So this player had the 9 that was pink. Great. They won the trick. They lead the next suit. And that's a very basic explanation of trick-taking games. A lot of them have little variant rules, like you can't play offsuit. In Hearts, you want to avoid playing, or you want to avoid winning tricks. That's a very quick explanation. And for the sake of this game, that was correct. Here's how The Crew changes it up just a little bit. There's going to be these little cards, and these are missions. We set out a couple of these. We deal out the entire deck to all players as evenly as possible. Sometimes one player is going to have an extra card. And people are going to choose missions to go on. So if I took this blue 7, at some point before the end of the game, which would be running out of cards, I need to win the trick that has a blue 7 in it. Ooh, now we have some complications. So now we need to make sure that certain people around the table win certain cards. Super cool. We can't talk while doing that, which adds another layer of complexity to it. The system that they have, though, is pretty neat. We get a little token like this. Oops, sorry, on this side. Let's say I wanted to show, I can show one card, the yellow 9. I can say that this is the highest card, the lowest card, or the only card of that color. That's the only communication we get during the game. Now, The Crew could have just made that the game, and I would have liked it a lot. I think that as a base game, fantastic. I can't wait to teach my dad. He's actually, he doesn't like modern board games, and I think he's really going to like this one. They didn't have to do it, but they added in a logbook of missions that you can try, where it's going to change the game ever so slightly every single time you play. So you might try mission 1, accomplish it. Great, good job as a team, you get to write that down. Then you move on to mission 2, which changes it up. Maybe the person in player 2 seat needs to win the first 2 tricks. So on and so forth. It has 50 different variants for you to try, or 50 different missions for you to try. Like I said, they could have just printed the game as is without all of those extra missions, and I would have liked it just fine. I think that sends it over the moon for me, because I really want to try all of these weird missions, see how hard we can go. Um, the communication thing also adds in this fun like card counting element. The communication thing. I hate in cooperative games where there's one person just quarterbacking the table the entire time, telling them what to do. Like, oh no, on your turn you need to do X, Y, Z, and then you're going to do da da da. When we can't talk, that cuts that out. Um, I really do think this is going to be my favorite card game of 2020. It would be a pretty great game for me to not like something more. That's not a great sentence, but hopefully you get the sentiment. Um, I'm wild about this. I think it's going to be great. Um, I just can't wait until I have enough people to play this game. So hopefully your house has plenty of people to play this game. Um, and it says 10 and up. That might be true for the harder versions of the game. I know my grandparents taught me Bridge when I was like 8, 9, something like that. It depends on the kid, of course. Depends on the family. But if you're looking for a simple trick-taking game to start kids off with, look up La Vache, or The Cow. It's a simple card game that teaches younger players how to do trick-taking with just a simple deck of cards. Other than that, if you have any questions, feel free, games@grtoys.com. Feel free to write me questions, ask me how to play games, if this would be better than that, whatever you have questions about, let me know. Other than that, have a super day. Bye now.